Hello everybody, it's me, GhostCritic. Surprise! Yes, I've managed to wangle a couple of hours out of this holiday to get to my comic book store and quickly make a new comic book day video for you. So this is going to be very quick. I have 9 books from my pull list, so hopefully I'll have time over the next few days to get these read and get a comic book review video up for you on Sunday. So all's well with the world. Apart from that, I have to say I've been very preoccupied with real life, so I've not been able to do anything else at the moment, but rest assured new videos will come up, not just my Wednesday and my Sunday videos, so keep watching. If you're interested in anything that's on my channel, go and watch it, subscribe to it, give me a big thumbs up and comment down in the comment box below and let me know what you picked up this week, because I didn't see anything. I think because I had 9 books I wasn't really looking for anything else to add, so if I've missed anything that you thought, oh Mark, you forgot about that, go back to the comic book store and pick it up. I'll see what I can do. So let's go right into the comics this week. As I said, it's a heavy Image and Marvel week with only one DC book, which was issue 40 of Joshua Williamson's The Flash. I think it was only a 2-part story, which is a bit strange given the reintroduction of kind of Grodd the Gorilla in last issue. I think they're gearing up for the Flash War, but I think this is the last part of a 2-part story called The Perfect Storm, and we'll see how that all pans out by the end of that. Marvel, we've got issue 385 of Doctor Strange, written by the latest It Boy, Donny Cates. He's actually doing a really good job on this. I'm really enjoying his writing. This is the final part of Loki, Sorcerer Supreme. We saw Stephen and Loki go up against each other for the title of Sorcerer Supreme in the last issue, and this is clearly going to be the climax of that battle. So I'm guessing this is all going to lead up to the mini event that's going on, Damnation. I said in the last video where I showed the last issue of this, I think I'll collect the main kind of event, the Damnation, and obviously I'll still collect Doctor Strange as an ongoing title, but I believe there's other comics that tie into this, but I'm not going to get those unless it's a really small week for me. But looking forward to seeing how that all pans out. Really enjoying Marvel 2-in-1 from Chip Zdarsky with The Thing and The Human Torch. I read online a couple of days ago that this apparently has been written up to issue 12, so I wonder if that's as far as it's going to get, and hey, fingers crossed we may get Fantastic Four title. It's about time. Really missing an FF title on the shelves of late, and it would be really nice that this sees them getting all back together and releasing a new title for the new year. We have issue 221 of The Punisher. We continue on with this War Machine storyline with Frank Castle working for Nick Fury to kind of clear up some S.H.I.E.L.D. mess that they can now not get involved in because it's in like an East European country and they can't be seen to be meddling. But I'm really enjoying this kind of back to basics, at least in storytelling for the Punisher, where he is literally just going around killing people, blowing things up in more and more magnificent ways. We saw at the end of last issue, if I remember rightly, kind of bunch of Iron Men turn up and take the Punisher down, and he fell in the sea and could drown. We'll see how that all pans out. Clearly he's going to survive, but how? We had the start of this storyline in the X-Men Blue Annual, I believe, if I remember rightly. Yes, that was it. They've got Venom to help them out find Scott, the young Scott Summers' dad, who's a member of the who's a member of the Starjammers, that's it. And they've gone off into space, and it's an exciting adventure, and it was okay. Whether it really needs to be an annual, I'm not sure, but this is obviously continuing the story. Great Venom type cover on there with all our X-Team in his web. That were all the Marvel books this week, so fun for there. And then we get on to the Image books, and I'm incredibly excited this week because... And it was strange because I was talking about this with my comic book guy only last week and wondering when the hell the next issue was going to come out. Well, it came out this week, finally. The next issue. What issue are we up to? I think it's 8. I can't see. Sorry, folks. Oh, yes, there it is. Issue number 8 of Black Monday Murders from Jonathan Hickman and Tom Coker. I love this book. It just doesn't come out enough. But when it does, it delivers in spades. And I'm sure it's going to deliver yet again. I am so excited to have this book back on the shelves. If you've not heard of Black Monday Murders, I'm not surprised, but you're missing out on a great book. It's this kind of dealing with the whole international and worldwide finance world, but it has this kind of dark cult, supernatural, alien type masters pulling all the strings kind of affair. It's just fantastic. The art by Tom Coker is amazing on here. Does he do that? He doesn't do the colouring, doesn't he? That's it. Garland and Wootton doing the colouring and I think the inking on this, but it's just fantastic. Love this book. Again, excited for the next issue of Kill or Be Killed. Ed Brubaker, just awesome twist at the end of last issue where basically our kind of main protagonist, the vigilante guy that's been going around killing all the Russian mafia, has kind of admitted himself into a mental hospital, a mental asylum, I guess, and he kind of blurts out the truth. He can't hold it any longer, and he kind of discusses it all in this kind of sharing circle, and they all laugh at him because someone is still killing people on the outside. So it was such an awesome twist and really continues pushing the envelope on this book. These guys, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Elizabeth Brightbody, said they should just work together forever and ever and ever and bring out even better stuff because it happens every time. Fantastic. You should be reading this. The final part of Lazarus X+66, which has been this 6-issue mini-series where I guess Michael Lark has been catching up with the artwork for the main series because it is so good and it must be so time consuming that they needed a break, but at least they didn't leave us 6 months without a Lazarus title, and these have been kind of one-shot stories of characters within the Lazarus universe, and has just really expanded that universe and made it all that more rich and not just solely focused on the warring families who just kind of govern the whole Lazarus world. But I've really enjoyed every issue of these. They've all had nice twists, brought new elements into the world. So if you've not read this, I guess wait for trade now, which I'm sure it will come out, and enjoy all these one-shot stories. And finally, it's David Lapham's Stray Bullets, the Sunshine and Roses edition volume, whatever you want to call it. We're up to issue 32, and it's just amazing. When you open this, you never know what you're going to get. It's never really a continuation of the last issue. It's not like you're left with a big cliffhanger, because I always love the way that David Lapham always puts, like at the very end of the last panel, he always writes end, isn't it? I'm sure the end. And okay, there's a few dots, but you're just like, is this the final? This can't be the final issue, because it would feel like it was, but it never is, because he keeps going, continuing this ridiculously convoluted storyline, which should be so confusing. But again, David Lapham, great storyteller, must have all these stories mapped out on when and where he wants to tell them, because they all fit in, they all make sense in the end, and it's just funny in that kind of black humour type way, and the kind of over the top violence that goes on in here. Just a brilliant book. And then my books this week. Thank you for watching. It is Valentine's Day today, so perhaps don't show any love to your partner, or if you are single, go and show some love to your comic book store and go and buy some comics from them. Show them some love this year. Until hopefully Sunday, where I'll tell you what I actually thought about those books after I read them, I will bid you adieu, and I'm off to have a long break now until I have to go back to work next Monday. Okay, see ya. Bye bye.